This is the second speech in Level 1 of Presentation Mastery for Lee. The Presentation Mastery Path is designed to help build skills as an accomplished public speaker. The projects on this path focus on learning how an audience responds to you and improving your connection with audience members. The projects contribute to developing an understanding of effective public speaking technique, including speech writing and speech delivery. Today's speech title is The Death Penalty, the Best Idea. Please help me welcome Lee. Timer, you will need 5 to 7 minutes.
Throughout life, we are challenged to take positions either for or against subject matters. We are influenced by our biases, our experiences, our values, our beliefs, and the legalisms. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I ask you, is the death penalty the best idea? Capital punishment has been around since the 18th century. It actually came to the US in 1608. Most of the work was done in the 20th century. After the horrors of World War II, we and many other countries signed amendments and documents such as the Universal Declaration for Human Rights, which afforded human beings certain rights. One of those rights was the right to life. As a nation, we grew and expanded with different amendments or additional amendments, one being the Fifth Amendment, mandating due process. The Eighth Amendment protected us against cruel and unusual punishment, and the 14th Amendment, due process, equal protection under the law. We continue to upgrade those as our value changes. Even so, the death penalty is still prominent in the US. Why, you ask? As you might imagine, there are many pros and many cons about the death penalty, and I'm sure you have your own. Let's check out a few of the pros. There is a belief that it's cheaper to have the death penalty versus life in prison. It fits the crime. Gandhi said, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. It saves future lives. It's a fact. A dead person can't kill another. When a person is executed, the family is able, for the most part, to bring closure and move on with their lives. I will tell you, just as I presented some pros, there are also strong arguments on the opposite side, the cons. According to a Susquehanna University study, it costs $1.2 million more for a death penalty victim versus life imprisonment. Why? Because of the hearings, because of the court systems and the defers and all the legalities that are associated with the death penalty. And I would also tell you that people just don't understand why they have to do those kind of costings. So there's some prohibitions there. It's cruel. Well, I just told you the Eighth Amendment was supposed to protect us against cruelty. Did I not? Failed rehabilitation. We all make mistakes. Most of us want to make it right and opportunity change. What if we electrocuted a scientist who had a COVID vaccine for COVID-19? Innocent people die. A quarter of the people die because of erroneous information. As a matter of fact, since 1973, 165 people have been exonerated from the death penalty because of the mistakes that was made in their cases. I might imagine that you, in your head, you have even more and stronger convictions than I presented to you. But in 1972, the Supreme Court declared the death penalty unconstitutional. That set off a 10-year moratorium. Today, 40% of our states still have the death penalty on its books. I will admit, though, that since 1999, there has been a 77% drop in execution. Why? There are many reasons. The legal system is changing. There are grassroots efforts to shift away from the death penalty to life imprisonment. Also, the prosecutor's appetite for the death penalty is going a different direction than it did in the past. For example, in the case of the White Castles, I should say the shooting in Antioch, the prosecutors sought life instead of the death penalty. I ask you, is the death penalty legal? The bigger question is, did the Human Rights Act and the other amendments get it right? Think about it. Should there be limits on our rights to life, or should it be taken away depending on what we do? I asked you, a right isn't just something that you want or think. It is a legal entitlement that should be protected by the law. If murder is wrong and illegal, why does the government get an opportunity to do the same? Archbishop Desmond Tutu said the taking of a life in the death penalty case is not justice, it's revenge. Killing is either right or wrong. We have said it's wrong, and we have laws supporting the same. Finally, is there a moral value to human life, no matter the situation? For me and others, life is a gift. Today, I ask you, is the death penalty the best idea?